second. Motion second, go back in session. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. We're back in session. And Loretta has brought us some new numbers.
Yes, and before I go into this number, Pam recalculated JP admin with just the court coordinator, and it's a $37,748.99 cost reduction. $37,748.99.
You say that was the coordinator or what?
That is removing the clerk and leaving the coordinator. You also have the calculation in front of you at a 50 cent per $100 of value rate. And that comes in at $6,755,098.55.
Exactly what the increase is in the last year's budget, we're going to pay for this.
What
You know, at the 5212 is a 4.3% increase.
no.
It's be so small though, the increase would be like very, very small.
And calculated at 50 cents. It's a 0.41% increase.
Less than 0.5%. And that's at 50 cents. Have we got it?
Yeah, I mean, we're still gonna have to publicize all the tax increase stuff.
You don't have to have the meetings, the
Right.
tax hearings, the two tax hearings, if you're below effective or rollback.
Right.
But you are filing a deficit budget.
Right.
And I've warned y'all the last 2 years about that. At some point, that is going to catch up.
Right.
And Judge Fields and I had long discussions about raising the tax rate, and we all know the condition of the economy in the county, and nobody wants to raise the tax rate. Nobody does.
some point though, we're gonna be hit with some other unforeseen problem, or we've gotta spend money, we've got to have it.
Right.
We're gonna be in a bind, we're borrowing money to do things like that, we
Yeah.
don't wanna borrow money to do that.
And then your only other deal here is, mine quick numbers, cut about $263,000 out the budget.
What kind of dollar amount does it add to the budget? You just did that calculation out together.
$27,718.56.
Yeah,
About difference between the two.
Adds to the current tax
Correct.
revenue,
27 and change, 27 half,
718.56.
almost 28,000.
Well, that
If,
had-
that's if we adopt a 50% budget.
That would be enough to cover most of the decrease that we're looking at from the $9 million issue.
Right.
Being closed.
But you still, I mean, to get down to where you need to be, we still need to cut about 264,000 out of the budget. To not use any surplus, to not use any surplus.
Keep using surplus, at some point there won't be any surplus.
You're right.
So what number is the right number for, what's the goal, what's the best number that we have?
Well, I mean,
Multiply.
that's exactly right. How do you project that or know that?
If we go from a 52.12 rate to a 50-cent rate, we go from a 4.3% increase to a 0.41% increase.
Right.
We take about 90% of the increase out, if I'm looking at this mathematically correctly.
If I put the numbers in at a 50-cent rate, the revenue goes to $8,450,886.70, the general fund, which means the deficit without removing a position or changing anything with the current expenditures would be $201,288.24, which is starting deficit.
What was the last year? We brought that in.
About 160, something like that. We didn't budget, we put it in here?
I don't know if we invested it or not.
I don't think we did. No, we didn't put it in there. Or it's not showing on this one.
No, we probably deficit budget.
Can't call this a budget for you, fund balance.
And but we filed a deficit budget in 15 and still ended up with $233,000, but
That's a roll of the dice, roll of the dice.
oh, I know, I'm just saying.
I don't, I don't disagree, it's just, who knows, file a budget where we have to keep using the fund balance each year. Even potentially.
Right,
We have to
right.
Potentially use the fund balance each year, we just
So-
might be a little squinchy here.
So your other deal with this is we need to cut $200,000 out of the budget, basically.
To not,
Right,
Not file, that's a going.
to not file a budget that's using fund balance.
right, we need to cut it out.
And since we've already spent a week doing that, I'm not sure where it would come from. Even putting one position, you only cut out potentially $37,000.
again, I mean, you're the only two talking, by the way, I just want to point that out.
Can't all be precinct four, let's go over to precinct four.
Well, we understand exactly what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I guess Bud does, man. So all you gotta do is make a decision. Do you wanna start cutting jobs? That's the bottom line. Or do you wanna do this?
This would take a whole department to eliminate $200,000,
It will.
$201,000.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, that's simple as that.
Yeah, you're right, no. I mean, that's,
It's one of the two. Good, that's it, or cut that. It's two.
Well, find the budget where we use some fund balance is preferable to eliminating the whole department.
Well, which department do you
There we go.
eliminate?
right, well, you can't eliminate
Yeah,
one,
you can't.
you gotta eliminate here and there.
Yeah, because all of these
I mean,
offices
your
have
first deal would be look
statutory.
at part-time. I mean, that would be the first position, look at part-time and then go from there to see where you stand. And without a list of knowing who is what, I mean, you don't have any idea.
Really help that much, it's part-time, just hourly,
Right,
they're not getting the benefits of.
yeah, but,
We get some of them.
yeah, they get some, they get retirement. I mean, you're, but that's a place to start. I mean, that, you gotta have a starting point somewhere. And then, and personally, in my opinion, you start with the offices that have no direct relation to the public. You know,
I think we have to eliminate, there's a lot of part-time to come up,
Oh, yeah.
really close to this one.
What do you recommend, George? Been there a million times.
Well, the preferable way would be to use some fund balance again, although that'd be the third year in a row. You do it. And you're rolling the dice on that you'll have a better year than you anticipate.
Right.
You know, we've been doing this for 10, 11 years now, and every time we do this, we think, we wanna base this on the worst possible scenario,
Right.
not the best. Fortunately, we've had some pretty good years along the way where we, instead of a 95% collection, we had a 98% collection. We didn't have floods to deal with, we didn't have the water heater blow up in the jail, we've had some better experiences, but at the end of the day, you gotta decide, do we wanna be unprepared or not? And I vote to be prepared. But I can live with 50 cents, if that's where everybody else wanna go with it, and do another budget where we use some fund balance potentially. It's gonna be another tricky year, we've got the FEMA flood going in last year and this year, and it's gonna be a compounding effect, we've got 2 years of it, it's gonna be crazy for 17,
Yeah.
when all that gets started. Yeah.
So that's what you're recommending, and go 50 and use fund balance, what you're saying.
I would prefer to do that than to try to go back through here and start eliminating part-time jobs. Cause I'm just, like Robert said, one voice in the wilderness.
I was just gonna go down the line, that's why I asked Buzzy after you, that's what you recommend, what do you recommend, Buzzy?
Same thing, that's what I said, gonna go, use your fund balance.
What do you think, Wendy?
I think we need to get the numbers closer.
What do you think? We'll throw it back to you.
Yeah.
I kinda think like numbers closer to, just like it fell in that there, if we could just let it down just a little bit more, and then maybe. Then like next year, that company that they're saying, they're having trouble with, or whatever you say, they'll be back up running, that's gonna have a lot, ain't just, along with that.
I think it'll help some.
We're worried about using fund
You'll have a
balance.
company that's operating instead of a company that's shuttered.
Right.
When they close up, they value it differently than a company that's in operation.
Well, I mean, just like we had $23 million in growth this year, you'll have growth, that's not a problem.
I think that's the
But
first time we've had that much growth in there,
Right.
I don't remember it being that much.
But you're continually gonna have some growth.
And I was pretty happy when we got Silver Star and they put $24 million on improvements in the county in a year and a half. I thought it was great. Now we did improvements.
But you also, the only way you're gonna encourage the growth is encourage it through the tax rate and being invited. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a 10-1, a half dozen of another type deal. You've gotta encourage the growth to get the growth. If you don't look inviting, you're not gonna have it.
I will tell you that that company that we're talking about, which I probably knows who it is, they have kept things here because our tax rate is much more appealing than where it is in other counties where they've got satellite offices. We've talked with them numerous times, and they said, well, we continue to have things here in Eastern County because your tax rate is whatever it is.
Right.
In some other county, it's not that way, it's much higher.
But, I mean, there again, that's the only way that's the one economic development tool that we have sitting at this table.
Oh, I agree.
So Robert, do you want to do the 50?
I mean, I'm game either way. I would rather go back and let's not do a deficit, but I understand what the judge is talking about, going back page by page by page to see where we can cut up $50, you know.
The only way we're gonna make this in a wholesale fashion is to do both.
Right,
Eliminate part-time,
right.
several part-time, and file a budget that uses some more fund balance again. And that way you get a lot closer.
Yeah. I mean, that, and then you probably still wouldn't get there, but you would get
You'd be
way
a lot
closer.
closer.
Yeah.
You won't be at the $201,000,
Right.
but still, I think if we spent a full day or 2 days going back through the budget, you're not gonna get to that number. I don't think.
Not without cutting positions.
Well, I think if you start eliminating, even if you eliminate part-time, you're not gonna get there.
No, I mean full-time positions.
But you're gonna have to move, you got to do the part-times and move out of them into some full-time positions
Right,
before you can get close to that number.
right.
And I'll just say that being able to give a few raises along the way has been able to keep us with some good quality people working
Right.
in all of our offices.
Right.
The guys you've got working for you, and I'll throw this out to Commissioner Wilson, you've got a person that bought some land down on your property, and he saw me walking down the street, pulled his truck over and stopped and said, I want you to know what a good job Commissioner Wilson did on County Road 281, where they put in the driveway cover. He said they did a good job, they got there when they said they would, they did the job, and I thought did a professional job, a real good professional job on it. The fact that we've been able to get some raises along the way has been able for us to keep people here. The sheriff has seen that, he's not losing as many people as he was from the jail, RDSO. You guys have been able to hold on to your people better. We haven't had as much turnover in the office staff because we've got a few pay raises along the way.
Point us in the direction, what y'all wanna do. I mean,
I would say the 50 cent. I would say the 50 cents per $100 valuation on the tax rate.
We got to do that today anyway.
Well, you're not adopting the rate, but you're putting a proposal on a future agenda, but you have to specify that rate, yes, sir.
And you can't go up. We could go down, we could go up. The letter's got that language spelled out here for us exactly where it is, you know.
So Mr. Redd, my question is too there, you proposed to do 52, right?
What I gave you was a number that would
basically balance.
cover balance,
Right.
even considering
Right.
the potential loss.
So that's what my question is, so what do you think of us doing the 50?
She doesn't want us to,
I
but she
know.
don't want to have some money.
So what would you do then, if you didn't wanna do that?
I
I
would
like, you
come
put it
in
on the spot, I like it.
somewhere between 50 and 52.
Do what now?
I would come in somewhere between 50 and 52. Now, there's a lot of room. When you're working with 6 decimal places, there's a whole lot of room there.
And there's my other question, how do you propose to do it?
How do I
Well,
propose?
that still would probably balance, what he's saying was how you gonna make up the difference.
No, I'm asking her how would she propose to do it? Would she go in there and start cutting jobs, or how would you suppose?
Well,
to do it?
you're
You
kind of
know-
putting her on the spot.
And I will answer that.
Okay.
I hate to cut jobs with the economy like it is. People are already hurting. We all have family members that have been hit by this oil downfall. And the jobs you're talking about cutting are $10, $11, $12 an hour jobs. These people are living on, they're at the bottom of the pay scale. You know, I never propose or promote or suggest cutting jobs, because you're affecting people's livelihoods.
But on the other end, we are too by increasing taxes.
And we're all taxpayers.
Yeah.
Everyone sitting in this room is a taxpayer. So, you know, y'all have a tough decision here. You have a very tough decision.
What was it that we figured it would impact, so if we look at the 5212, which we kind of steered away from, what would it cause a typical $100,000 property owner, $48 a year or something like that?
Let me do the math.
Let's do the math on that.
On $100,000 house, and that's way over the average home in this county.
But the numbers are easy to work with, but
And that is a 4. At 100%, it would be $41.20.
so it'd be $41.20, an increase on a standard $100,000 property, typical, not standard, typical, at, 100% valuation. So,
County.
County
Just-
only.
just the county only. The school districts or whatever, you know, I don't
That's
know why we
different
get,
animal.
I don't know why we get so much attention. The school district tax rate is twice what ours is,
I
more
know.
than 2.5 times what our tax rate is.
Yes, we have the largest tax area.
Yeah. We provide a service for half, or a third of the people, I mean, if you think about it.
Well, we're overrate. Actually,
Right.
we started when they overrated our,
So you said that you would like to do between 50 and 52, so is there a way we could get, do like in the middle, like 51, like Buzz said, or at least, that'd be like Andy, just kinda wanna take it down, maybe that's a half and half.
You still gonna either have to follow deficit budget or cut something, still doing it. Because the 5212 is balanced, I mean, that's, so anything you take off of the 5212, you've gotta come up with that money or file a deficit budget.
So even if we, cut it down to 51, still do it.
Yeah.
Deficit.
Yeah.
But we did bring it down.
that's right.
Yeah,
We've
we
gone
did.
from a 4.3% increase to a 0.41% increase, less than 0.5%.
Yeah, but you're still generating
Wait,
additional
I
tax
gotta get an
revenue.
amen somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
thank
with
you.
that, Judge, yes, sir. But back to where we was saying we was bringing in people, it's like we, I mean, we tried, you know, 'cause that's where it come in, we did get it down some. That's the way I look at it.
Hold a second, I don't know if my batteries are coming
Probably.
back. No more, the
Mine
battery's
have.
out.
Do you need a,
Let me see.
AAA?
I was thinking it's too bad. Yes, do you have one like this, Joe?
Is it AAA?
This, when it says full, it's not?
Totally different than the one.
She got to save to the folder,
Yeah, I'm gonna go to another.
go to another folder, and that folder's probably full.
You don't wanna listen, you don't wanna listen. That's what's doing it.
Just went too long.
Gina, let me ask you a question, as a property tax owner, property taxpayer, property tax owner, you're part of this, and you've been to hundreds of these now. Does it make a huge difference for you as an individual who's got a pretty good knowledge of how this is working? Does it make a difference to you at a 48 cents tax rate compared to a 50 cents tax rate? And I don't wanna put you on the spot, if you don't wanna answer,
No,
don't
I
answer.
don't mind answering, because at the end of the year, it's like, it just always seems to be, well, I really can't keep up with what I paid last year and this year or whatever, and it's a struggle to pay anything, I mean, you know, that's how it is. But it's also, when you're talking about taking, getting rid of any employees or anything, there's more to that than even the potential losing, you know, the employee losing that, you're also not the dollars to spend. Your
Right.
spending always increases, is better in our
Right.
economy. So, you know, you don't wanna take any more wage earners out of the picture, you know, so I'm really against that. There's somewhere else that.
So if you were the county judge, you would be.
I wouldn't have as much problem having my taxes raised as people losing jobs, if that's the only
Okay,
options.
that's kind of the direction I was headed. You know, if 0.5, if 50 cents will do it.
The problem is it goes around, because we're still, like you're saying, we're still, the school district is probably doing, you know, everybody else is in
Yeah,
the
and
same.
we don't have control over that.
I know
although-
you don't, but on
as a
my part,
taxpayer,
it's gonna
yeah.
end up being hit by everybody.
Several.
Well, I used to do the same thing for Margaret, because Margaret had been here for years, decades, and would talk to us, I need a fifth commissioner at this point, so, second county, assistant county judge, however you want to look at that, but would it make a difference to you to go from 48 cents to 50 cents, or from 52 cents back down to 50 cents? I think you've answered it. You'd rather do that than see people lose their jobs.
I would,
Okay. Okay.
our economy's healthier all the way around, and as long as it's healthier, then I've got more people out there spending money, maybe they're spending it with, you know, whatever way it kind of flows around. Like that with me making a little more money to pay my taxes.
We're gonna hold up for now. She goes, hey, Sherry might have a battery. Sherry, do you have a battery for that? I don't know what to take.
She used to keep some drawer there.
She looked, I didn't think it was in there.
Yeah, I didn't see.
And in an example, just one thing, we kind of think how it all ties together. Like I said, maybe one of these people was going to, that's a little extra money that comes in and they work on their house with it or something. And therefore then they would, and now they can't, so that may take the money out and say, okay, they want to hire a painter.
They were gonna go to
What
Ace
painter?
Hardware and buy a bucket of
Yeah,
paint.
or
Or-
hire my, you know, and then that way I wouldn't have more money to pay my taxes. So, you know, it's all, you know, but we don't want anybody spending money frivolously. I think that's the whole thing, is just trying to make sure that everybody is
Right.
well aware that
Getting the
some of
best
the
bang for your
people,
buck.
some of these people making $10 an hour and trying to pay their taxes is having a tough time.
Thank you. I think sometimes we kind of get lost with the big picture, we're not looking at all the individual small pictures.
The fish bite.
Closing time up, so people know what part of you put in, so they wait to do something.
It's, I think you've got two windows in it, one's in the spring, and one's in the fall.
And we should be thankful for that and do taxes. Somebody else can.
Kinda get shoved down our throats too.
Yeah, I know, that's the key to.
Oh, yeah, that's, in fact, that's, I guess that's why it's divided out. It's listed right there on our tax notice. Property tax revenue from new property this year is, $1.3 million. That's the assessed value on all that new property that's coming in. Construction, it's new construction. That's great. And those numbers come to us from the president.
That'd be now, or that'd be then?
No, that's current.
That's current?
That's a snapshot from the first.
And see that additional, I mean, you put the numbers to that additional 24,000 or whatever it was, we're gonna generate 28,000. That's gonna be about what the additional revenue, or the, you know, but that's not the way it looks when it comes out in the media. It looks like we increased taxes.
Julie and Jason are gonna take care of all that. It's gonna look good.
Yeah, Jason give a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
That's cause he dozed off and his head hit the chair.
I'm okay.
Well, I just think that a less than 0.5% increase in the rate is easier to sell than a 4.3% increase.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
That is on it.
That's about what we draw on our CDs. Little,
There's another problem.
Yeah. But the other side of that problem is when we need to go buy something and get a loan on it, you know, the very first maintainer we bought new that I can't even remember ever, we paid less than 2% interest. And it's like 1.77, I think. I agree with what Mr. Rain said, we're in better shape than some of them people. We have more numbers.
It's much easier to plug it in, let the computer do it.
Dawn's good back.
See, we just texted me, said she had to get Walmart.
Hey, can you get hungry?
Hey, buddy. Like you just woke up. You did?